came here with no furniture, no money, no nothing, and you gotta just kind of
find your way, man.
Find your way, deal with the cards that you're dealt with, and that's that, and that affected the music.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I think that's something that a lot of Filipinos here don't realize, that the Filipino experience for the ones who grew up here, it's very different from the Filipino-Canadian experience or the Filipino-American experience, or in James's case, the Filipino-Australian experience. So I want to ask you guys, like, how did this affect you growing up? And then in turn, how did this affect your music?
I was blessed enough to understand my life here and understand my life back home, because every year we would go back home to Olongapo. And I would see the differences, you know, like back home in Olongapo, you'd wake up at they wake up at 6 a.m. Everybody's hustling. Everybody, you know, your doors are open. And then here, the lifestyle's so different. You know, it's very reserved. Doors are locked all the time. You know what I mean? And it was it was cool to see both sides and understand both sides.
Yeah, and also you know, I moved when I was 8, so I actually got some experience going to school there for a bit. Yeah, and it was wild, man. Just trying to assimilate. Came here with no furniture, no money, no nothing, and you gotta just kind of
find your way, man.
Find your way, deal with the cards that you're dealt with, and that's that, and that affected the music. That you know, we try to keep it as authentic as possible when it comes to the Manila Gray songs, and just tell the story, man. Because we just know that it doesn't matter if you're an immigrant in Australia or Canada or the States, right? There's a certain struggle for sure, and we just want the music to transcend that.
And I think it does transcend that. You talk about the struggle, and I think struggling is something that a lot of people can relate to. But I think, you know, also subconsciously, you're not trying to write about Filipinos, you're not trying to write about Canadians, but you write about what you know. And since what you know is what you grew up with, it comes across. And I feel like you guys do this, even if you probably don't know it, through anime. I don't know if you know, but anime is huge here in the Philippines. If you've never watched Dragon Ball or Naruto in Tagalog, you need to check it out. It's a trip. So
well, I grew up with Ghost Fighters, man, when I was out there.
Okay.
In my early childhood.
Yeah. Ghost Fighter in Tagalog especially. I feel like you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, it's a trip.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, you guys have songs, you know, Blue Vegeta, Shinobi, and you think about hip hop like here and then anime here. So I'm just curious how you guys, you know, bridge the gap between those two very different things and why you guys chose to do that.
Well, actually here in the States, like a lot of hip hop artists actually love anime, but definitely our vibe is a little bit different. When you're from the same community, everyone can just kind of relate, and we started building it out, and we love the world building, man, for these animes.
Not just that, like character development. All the little things, you know, when it comes to like how they dress, their little mannerisms, whatever it is, you know, there's so many details in an anime. Just with everything.
And the color schemes, like we take a lot of inspiration from colors, the text. They're just so creative, bro.
I think when you're not limited by having to do the special effects and stuff, you can do so much more with animation. And I think another thing that you guys probably relate to is the struggle. We talked about the struggle, and you know, anime characters, especially in like shonen anime, when you know they're down and they're climbing their way to the top. I feel like this is something you guys can definitely relate to.
Oh yeah, we've had those moments for sure. Back against the wall. It's the fucking, you know, the one teardrop in the black.
Yes.
All the flashbacks.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like an inch close to death, and you still end up on top, right?
And you go Blue Vegeta, go.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's the motto, bro.
Hey, so your No Saints on Night Street is dropping real soon in 3 days, right? On the 26th.
Sure,
and you know, I just want to ask, like, what can people expect from it?
I think just a bunch of energy. A bunch of real moments, real storytelling. I think No Saints on Night Street, it's basically everything that we experienced from the past 4 years of Manila Gray, you know, and we really want to tell that story and tell the story of pre-Manila Gray, literally from top to bottom. Don't skip songs, listen to it from the first record all the way to the last. And enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Not a lot of people do that these days, but you know, we encourage you because that's definitely how we designed it.
I love how you always represent both cultures. First, you talked about here, and now you're talking about there. But now I want to talk about your collaboration. You know, it's called Backhouse Ballin. We love it at the station. We're playing it all the time. But I want to know, how did this happen? Who slid into whose DMs first? Was it like you to James, or what?
It was nothing like that. It was more, you know, the first time we hung out, you know, they came out for a gig. Yeah, there was no talks of like collaborations. It was really just like, hanging out. They came back for another performance, and we went backstage, and they just played a track that they had made, and then there was no like, yo, we want you to be on this track. They just played it and listened to it, and it's like, yo, I really really wanted to be on it. They're like, yo, let's make this happen. It was pretty lit backstage. We evidently broke the couch. Luckily, there was a lot of Hennessy and apple juice. There's no Hennessy and apple juice. Reid is not performing that night if there's no Hennessy and apple juice. But yeah, it was pretty lit. Yeah, it was just good vibes. Like the meaning of the song, just Backhouse with the fam, with the crew, just good music and chill vibes. And yeah, it was a perfect collaboration.
All right, so I have a last couple of questions for all of you now. So I'd like all of you to answer. So let's pretend like we're in high school and we'll fill in the blanks. The question is, I want people to blank to my music.
I want people to dance to my music.
I want people to party responsibly.
I gotta go. I want people to TikTok to my music.
We don't condone risky behavior.
Careless.
We love the visuals.
No breaking couches here.
Condone.
No condone breaking couches, right?
I want people to act careless to my music.
I want people to learn from my music. The sound I make is really different, but if you really want to get to know me, just have to listen to the lyrics.
Your answer was so much longer than ours, man.
Like his answer was so deep.
You gave me time to think.
That's why he didn't answer, man. Like, while you guys are saying all the fun stuff. Last thing I want to ask from you guys, I want to ask you to tell our listeners what's next for Manila Grey. What can we expect from you guys?
What's next for Manila Grey? No Saints on Night Street coming out March 26th. It's going to be amazing. Super excited for it. The whole team works super hard. Shout out to all the boys. We're just super excited to get this music out and get you guys to finally listen to it.
Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Sana naman na-enjoy mo yung itong interview na to kasama yung Manila Grey. Kung gusto mo panoorin yung buong video, kasama dun si James Reid. It's in the description. Click nyo na yung link. It'll lead you to the Facebook page na Magic 89.9. But while you're here, why not like, comment, and subscribe? I post new videos every single Thursday all about Filipino culture. So TV shows, movies natin, and of course, interviews like these, pinapag-usapan ko yung lahat. And if you want to check out my other interviews, you can do so over here. I talk to people like James Reid, Pink Sweats, Zild, at marami pang iba. So if you want to follow me on my socials, I'm on Instagram at _Ryan Rosella, or you can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/Ryan Rambles. But until next time, my name's Ryan, peace, and I love y'all.